Well, it's been a while since I've done a video because, quite frankly, I haven't found a lot lately. And that's how it goes most of the time. I had a good earlier part of the year finding a lot. Now it's kind of drying up. Probably be this way through winter, so who knows. But I did manage to find a couple things. Mostly parts and pieces, as you can see here. I have Jabba's throne. Missing one of the gargoyle heads, but has a little bowl, has a side piece. The door has a little crack in it, but not too bad. You know, I can use it for parts, for a better one I find. So, like I said, whenever I find parts, I always pick them up if they're a reasonable price. So, I went ahead and picked this up. And only two figures I got. I got both of these at the flea market. As you can see, a really, really loose, really played with Farm Boy Luke. And a little naked Tebow. He's actually not in bad shape other than he's missing everything. Luke here has seen better days. He's got pink arms, pink legs. Like I said, really, really floppy. But had to rescue him from the flea market. And then I got one level of the Death Star. Has the just has the cover, so this would attach to the drawbridge that comes out. But like I said, parts and pieces. If I can pick them up cheap, I pick them up because I can usually use them to rebuild something else, or I get them with a lot to make things cheaper. And finally, a really, really, really incomplete Star Destroyer. Missing pretty much anything, but remarkably has the little button cap at the top, which is usually something you don't find on these. So I was happy to get this because, like I said, if I find one that's in better shape, there's a good chance it will be missing this piece. So looks a little bit rusty. I don't know, probably sand that off to get a connection, but you know, good shape piece. It also, probably can't see it, but the trap door here is in place and still works, so that's another piece that's usually gone. All the other pieces, all the hologram, the red parts, the clip, everything's gone. You know, none of the landing gear, but it does have the little holder for the front gun. Like I said, bits and pieces. I'll find a use for it. It's got a few stickers falling off. So that is it for the vintage stuff for a while. But what I have been able to find is a bunch of the modern figures. These are just some of them. I know a lot of people don't like the modern figures. I do, so I'm happy to find them. Some of them I obviously don't need. Don't need a Palpatine. Got a nice Ventress. She's missing her little belt buckle and the hologram, but she's got her lightsabers like her, so a lot of the ones of this year I'm missing. A lot of clone troopers. Can't have too many clone troopers, and these guys are fine. Cannon fodder. Got a nice complete Clone Wars Yoda. Mace Windu, Jedi Council. Once again, I already sectioned these out and put them in little baggies and put names on them because I'm a little bit OCD when it comes to Star Wars, and I like keeping track of them. And when you put them in the little bags, you can put their weapons with them and make sure their weapons stay with them. Easier to organize. One of the nice pilots from the flea market. I couldn't find her helmet, unfortunately, but really nice figure. First time I've seen it out and about, so happy to get that. Got a nice little R2 unit. Not sure which one he is, but as you can see, he's kind of yellowed on one side. Guess that's what happens when you don't use your sunscreen. Some nice Jawas. Happy to get. So these are some of the ones. These are ones actually. The duplicates, and then I got quite a few more. A lot of clone troopers. A lot of clone troopers I didn't have. So, like I said, all sectioned off my little baggies. Space Trooper. The Joda Cost. Unfortunately missing some of his pieces, and he's pretty floppy, but didn't have him before. Yeah, you can see how floppy he is. Not sure how he got this way. Not sure what the kids who own these did with them, because there were a lot of them that were missing limbs and just chewed off, but got some good ones. The Rocket Battle Droids. These are another ones that are new for me, as far as I hadn't seen these out at any of the garage sales before. So not real common to pick up, so happy to get these guys. Let's see, more clone troopers. So we got Heavy here in his armor, and he's actually complete in there. So that was a pretty good find. Like I said, a lot of these Clone War figures, I mean, people bought the movie figures a lot, but when it came time for these, they didn't buy them so much. Here we have a Stealth Operator Clone Guard. Didn't have him before. Good find. And I finally got a Hondo. I've been looking for Hondo forever. Unfortunately, he's missing his... Oh, you know what? I lied. I thought he was missing his pistol, but I didn't look, and he's actually got it in his pocket. So, a complete Hondo with his little Salacious Crumb parrot weird thing. But I always liked him in the Clone Wars character, so really happy to have a Hondo, especially a complete one that's in pretty much perfect shape. Let's see who else we got here. We have a Dooku. Once again, the Clone Wars cartoon style. I'm missing one of his hands. Both of his hands are supposed to have the lightning, and then he has two other hands, but I always like the look of these figures as well. It's a nice art style. So, good to get him, and he actually came with the little Ventress hologram. So, pleased to get these little parts. The Clone Wars Mace Windu. Unfortunately, I'm missing his shoulder pads. I guess that's what you call them, shoulder armor. Shoulder pads. But he's got the other shoulder, so I guess it's the neck pad. But yeah, got some of his armor, and got his helmet here, which the helmet I actually had from pieces and parts I picked up, you know, more than 6 months ago, and now I finally have the other figure, so I was able to give him a helmet. This is why I always pick up loose parts and pieces when they're a good price, because you never know when you're going to get the figure for them. There's, or I guess not Admiral Riken yet, General Riken. One of the earlier figures, you know, I think this was the only one they made of him, so you can't complain too much about it. It's a nice figure. It'd be nice if he had a little more articulation, but still nice. More clones. Lots and lots of clones. They made so many clones, so I'm still picking those up. Got another Ventress here. She has her little belt buckle, but she's missing a hologram again. So maybe I'll find a hologram, maybe I won't, but I'll keep an eye out. Nice little droid, the TX-20 I believe. It's again all Clone Wars figures, which, like I said, they just, I know going on and on, but they're just really nice looking figures. You know, they weren't bought maybe as much as other lines when they came out, but you know, these stand the test of time. I mean, these are really nice. They look nicer than the ones that are coming out now. Another Clone Trooper, a Sinker. See, some of these I'm missing parts and pieces, but like I said, eventually I'll get them. Space Trooper. It's a big bulky guy. Kind of a weird looking figure. He's got his shoulder. I'm just gonna keep calling them shoulder pads, but and the backpack that goes on him. So he's missing his big gun, but you know, to have all the other parts, I'm sure I'll be able to find a gun for him. The Clone Trooper, the Infinity Darth Vader. He's missing his lightsaber and his other helmet, which the helmet It looks the same as the Macquarie one, but it's hollow, it's removable. I'm hoping to find that because I'd really like to complete this figure. He comes with the chest piece that kind of comes off, so you can see damage. So this is a figure I never would have bought when it came out because I wasn't really too impressed with the comic 2-packs. But upon reflection, I mean, there are some nice figures in the line. But I think at the time when they came out, they were too much and they were just odd, and I don't really follow the EU line, so that the figures have to look nice for me to buy them. Kind of like this dude who I had to look up. Rom Sleg. I had no idea who he is, and I still have no idea who he is. But, so I'm going to assume he's one of the EU characters. His helmet's all chewed up, but there he is. Guessing he's missing a backpack. No idea who he is, and when I first saw him I didn't think he was a Star Wars figure. I had to look on the bottom, but... So, not sure what I'm going to do with him, because like I said, no idea what the character, and quite honestly I'm not real fond of the figure. See, more clone troopers. Got the TIE Fighter pilot with the removable helmet. No weapon for him, but you know what? I'll eventually find it. This one, which I wish was complete, but is not, because I don't have very many Mandalorians. I mean, he's got his helmet with him, which is good, but he's missing his backpack, and he's missing the soft goods cape. But he does come with a Darksaber was actually in the lot, so, you know, got one of his pieces, got most of him, so like I said, you know, maybe I'll find the other pieces. The soft good pieces are going to be a little harder to find, but, well, keep an eye out. The Death Star gunner, which actually is a really nice figure as well. I believe this one was the Vintage Collection one. But he's got the removable helmet and removable chest plate. Got his gun, so pretty complete and pretty nice shaped figure. Yeah, Brindarman, the same as Riken. I think it's the only version they made out of him. He has at least more articulation, but so it's a good figure. Would have liked one that's slightly nicer, but you know, minor character. Take what you can get. And one of the Protocol Bounty Hunter droids, whatever, 4A7. I don't quite honestly remember where he was from too, but I like the look of these droids. And droid carrying a gun. K2SO would be very happy. So this is all I've gotten in the past, I don't know, was it 3-4 weeks since I did the last video? So my video cut out on me going over the new figures, but I wanted to share one last thing I got, which is this Lego set. It's a little bitty AT-AT. It's about the size of a Chihuahua. No, it's, you know, put it in scale here. But got this at the local weekly flea market. He's missing about, I don't know, 13 pieces, I think, I found on Bricklink, which are hopefully coming sometime soon. But, you know, pretty cool toy. Just amuses me the size of him, because like I said, it really is, it's the tiniest little AT-AT that's not like miniature scale, but it's like Chihuahua size. But picked him up for the flea market. He was in pieces when I got him, but I saw pieces of his leg and figured it was a little AT-AT in there. So picked him up for $4, and he came with 2 minifigures. Not the minifigs that went with the set. I got a little Hoth Leia and a Chewbacca. But so this is my latest find of the week. So hopefully I'll be able to do some more videos and find some more figures.